You're watching Revex Radical Rides.
Alright, so far I've been doing lots of cutting and grinding on this frame. Yeah, so a lot of it's getting cut off. There's that much that had to go, and then there was even more that had to go. It's fucked. So the rad support has to come in here. It's fucking with where my rack mounts, so I'll see. I've got the truck up in the air again. So from what you can see here, I cut that side of the frame, flattened it out, so the cabots are flat. I gotta do it to this side. So what I did was, see here, I cut that and I cut out like a triangle and just flattened it out. It worked out good. Had to cut out a lot of the inner fender just to be able to fit everything. Took the doors off. Bam. There's a little bit of rot, but this whole section, the floor is going to get replaced. Same with that whole kick panel. And the engine's going to be in here probably like 4 or 5 inches. So it's going to be messed up. Well, the very first patch panel in the truck, I got the whole cab cut out. The rocker panels are good. The cab mounts were not very nice, so I am rebuilding them with that piece of channel right there. Basically square tubing I cut in half. I have 2 of those. So I really don't know how I'm gonna like film all this, like little bits here and there. I don't want to go too in depth. I mean, fuck. It'll be like another like 40-part video series, which is not what I'm looking to do with this. But I had it sitting nice and exactly where it needed to go, but then I realized that, like, I don't know, fuck, I'm all confused. I'm half fucking doing half a bunch of work here, half a bunch of work there. Just, I don't know where to get started yet. I'm just doing things that I see need to be done. So, we'll see. We'll see where I get in the next clip. What do we got going on over here? We're filling a tire. Can you tell what we did? This thing kept leaking all the time, so me and Johnny took it all apart, cleaned it up, got rid of all the rust, put a new ring on it. Should be good, hopefully. Johnny's here! Johnny! What's happening? Am I gonna be on TV? Yeah! Internet! Is it? It's internet. No, it's not Pornhub. It's internet TV. It's not as popular as regular TV, but it's still okay.
It's not YouTube?
No, yeah, it's YouTube. So we got the 47 in the shop. We decided to do the loader tire as a little project that lasted a little bit longer than we needed, but that's okay. So, new plan. Cummins is still a go. 10-speed is out because I can't find one. And I can't find an adapter. That's not $1 million. So, we picked up an old 5-speed. We'll make that work. That was rebuilt a little while back. So we're just gonna throw that in with that on there. And then we're going to shove it in here. Sounds like a plan to me. Alright, so we're in the cab of the 47 here. And I just cut this piece of 2x2. I'm going to run that across. I'm going to weld it to where it needs to go for the cab mounts. And then there's a structure piece that goes forward. And then after that, I'm going to cut out the center that I don't need where the transmission's going to be. So we got to clean this piece up, and then we're going to weld it in. Alright, we got that piece welded in. And a big hole cut out of the firewall to fit the sweet baby Jesus. So yeah, plans changed with that. We got a 5-speed now. I'm not gonna do too much to this motor that get drag can't handle it. So that's the plan for that. Should be awesome. Alex getting bolts. We're going to bolt the trainee to the bell housing. And then if we have time, we will move the body back and set the motor in place. Well, we've got the cummins sitting between the frame rails. Everything's going to turn out pretty fucking nice from what I can see. Steering columns, the steering comes out of the way. The mounts are going to be pretty close to where it's easy to make mounts. Everything looks like it's going to fit pretty well. I'm going to cut these mounts off. I'm going to slide them back where they need to be, and I'll probably be able to make something of that. So it kind of looks factory. It'll be pretty cool. So tomorrow I'm going to make a little trans-tunnel hump thing right there with a piece of 1x1, or maybe I'll get some like 1x2 just so it's the same width, and then I'll cut out the center, and then I'll be able to drop the cab down around this engine setup just to see where everything goes and what else I have to chop around there. But so far pretty satisfied with what's going on. I have 10,000 subs, Alex! Woo! So yeah, that happened the other day, which was awesome. Thanks guys, you guys rock. Wouldn't happen without you guys, obviously, because I can only sub once to myself, which I don't even think I can do that. Anyway, so we're in the shop, we're working on the 47. I cut out a bunch of parts. These are all going to be the motor mounts. Those are the frame extensions. Oh god. I do realize I move around too quickly here when I work on stuff. So right there I'm boxing the frame from there to there, and then I'll box more after, but I want to put gussets where the tranny mount's going to be. Probably overbuilding it, but that's okay. So I've got motor mounts, I've got plate underneath, and I'm making brackets to fit everything, both sides, so motor's going to sit exactly where it is. The tranny is going to be lifted up a little more, but come around this way. I lifted it up and put the engine pan on a piece of wood on the rack, so that should be all good and dandy once we actually build the mounts and it's sitting flush. There'll be a little gap there. It's no big deal. We're gonna do away with that. It's gonna have an intercooler. What I'm doing is I'm getting a second generation Cummins manifold, and we're gonna put a second generation turbo on it, which I think it's like an HX35 or something like that. Anyways, we're going to turn the pump up a little bit, get this thing breathing. I don't want to get anything more than 300 horse out of it, just something nice and simple, because that get drag is not a RTO 6600 or 6610, but that's the cheapest options I've got going on so far, and even then it's going to cost me a good buck. So we haven't done any work to that. I just gotta grind up those plates, and then I'm gonna be welding everything in tomorrow morning. So be ready for that. All right, we got all our brackets grinded. Let's stick them in there. Well, that sucks. Just trying to figure out what the fuck went wrong. Pull that open, one of the wires were out, so I was like, cool, that's why it's not working. And I pulled it apart, and of course, the brushes are gone again. I changed them probably like 3 years ago. That's okay. They're not expensive, and it's a good grinder. So the only thing I'm happy is I was pretty much done fucking grinding everything, so I can still do a lot of work. So well, let's get that done. Well, we're looking good. Get some stuff done. Got the that part of the frame boxed up. Same with this side. They're just tacked in right now. I'm gonna do a whole bunch of just tacking in and then final welding while everything's all assembled. This though, let's get some light in there. The motor mounts are made. It's basically 3 plates there and whatever. But I'm gonna cap them off and I'm gonna make something nice there. The bottom I'll have to leave open for the bolt underneath. But same with that side. All done. So now I'm off to the training mount. I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do for that.